Hi, welcome to Executive Care in our November feature for Scott and Jessica's yard. We are kind of doing a recap of last October, or last month I should say, because the yard is divided in two portions and the other portion of the yard is what we want to show today specifically. I wanted to do a quick review of the October portion. So obviously here I'm sitting in what I call Jessica's reading spot. We built this arbor for her. Nice choice of colors. It goes very well with the landscape features that we have. The double knockout red roses here. As you can see close up, the garden boxes that I don't think we showed so closely last month, but you can see them. Behind the squash, which is still giving squash, she seeded some of her lettuce that will be coming up in time. But this was what we discussed last month, I'm sorry. And particularly we noted was the rock and the color of the flagstone here that we're standing on, and the different venation and the highlights and the fossil parts of this was really cool. And as we walk this way, we had mentioned last month about the need for privacy, but not overdoing it. So in time, this is prunus bright and tight. They will grow and they will give them some privacy here. And so this was the part of the yard we reviewed last month. This was a Northern Cal Mediterranean. Now I want to transition into this month, which is more tropical in nature. So let's come this way. So as we continue, we are now in the pool area, as you can see. And this is the other side of the yard. The picture that you're looking at in the Let's Talk Plants, this was the clematis that we used. Obviously all the blooms from the rain that we just had. This is October the 23rd right now. We had a great rain. Knocked off all the colors. So but this was the clematis. This is the clematis in the Let's Talk Plants. And you can see how it wraps itself around. And as I mentioned, the way vines wrap is so interesting. But now the rest of this area, so this is a tropical theme. We use the canna. This canna is called Canna Tropicana. It is very cool that even towards the end of October, we still have much bloom and many buds to come. So this is a really cool plant, a quick grower, a quick one to give color, but it will freeze down in the wintertime. It will not take the cold and then comes back up again. This is one that is kind of beginning to lose its leaves. One of my favorite plants. It's going to be beautiful in early spring. This is the weeping cherry. It's going to be covered with white flowers just dangling down. But I like the serpentine look of it. So it's kind of a neat accent. It really doesn't fit a pure tropical landscape, but with the Northern California tropical mix, I can kind of sneak it in there because I love this plant. So we have another Tropicana here, Canna Tropicana, and then a continuation of the prunus bright and tights. Obviously right here is the spa, and we have like a major window up there, and we have these birch trees here in the neighbor's yard that will have no leaves in the winter. And it's the colder months that we like to use our spa, so we had to incorporate some privacy, and this is what these guys are doing. As we look at the rest of this, you can see the different types of the palms that we've used. This is a windmill palm. This palm, as everyone almost knows about, this is the queen. This is super popular, almost overused. So I like to blend my palms and not just rely on one variety. And as we come through here, these are hydrangeas. These are really cool. One on either side, so when they come in bloom. This is the pygmy date palm. I call them little piggies just because I like to mess around with plant names. But pygmy date palms on either side. And then another windmill. And in this environment here with the waterfall and just everything else, it's just a really cool feel. You kind of feel like you're in Hawaii, maybe chilling out. And so it's kind of turned out really nice. But totally different from the first part of the yard that I just showed you, and that's why we wanted to do a quick review. So it is possible, especially when you have water, such as a pool, to combine different themes in the same yard and still have a very pleasing overall effect. Now I want to take you to another part of the yard. It's actually the part of the yard that we're come into, that we're greeted as we go from the front yard to the backyard. There's a couple things there that I want to talk about that I think are really cool. So let's go over there right now. Okay, so as we continue, I wanted to point out that we're exiting the pool, and what you could have and what I normally see is more sidewalk. More of this. And we didn't do this, but I really like it. And I've done this before in other yards. But I like the fact that to break up a continual linear look of solid cement, they poured what we call these elephant pads. They're kind of fun to do, but you can see the transition, and as we walk down, how it's filled in with the cobble. This is something that I really like, and I think it's very effective. It kind of softens the effect of the cement, but it's still the same way you have the function of the cement. So here's the part of the yard that actually there's the gate down there. So that's the gate. So actually I'm leaving the yard right now, and we're showing what we did on this side of the yard. They had some already mature citrus, and it's just the exiting part of the yard, or the entering part, depending upon which way you're going. But this turned out really nice, and you can see that in the before pictures that we have in the magazine. So this is our November discussion on our landscape. We'll be closing this out. We'll be going in December to an inspirational message that I'm really hoping that you all are benefited by it, and I thank you for reading our articles, and I thank you for your support. And have a great Christmas, good Thanksgiving, and God bless. All right, take care.